these are some familiar faces at the Wildlife Haven, located just south of Winnipeg as the crow flies toward Ile-des-Chênes. R2 is one of the educational birds used by the Rehabilitation Center. This is some rare footage to see R2 giving in to some spring instincts to build himself a nest, but not as rare as these.
Coyote pups, and it's actually a whole litter.
Baby animals do come in this time of year, birds being the most common, but when a family near Brandon discovered these orphans, there was only one safe place for them to go.
They had tried to give the mom some time to come back and take the puppies, but unfortunately, by the last time they went to look at them, they were freezing to death.
At 1 week old on arrival, their eyes weren't even open yet. Now, at 3 weeks, they're starting to take in their surroundings. And if the white sheet looks a bit spooky, that's kind of the point.
Now that they're starting to open their eyes, we don't want them to see human beings, because then they can associate human beings with food. And we don't want that in the wild. We want them to be afraid of humans.
The pups are fed in this way 5 times a day with formula that's specific to coyotes. They've already doubled in size, but as they get bigger, the feeding times will be less frequent.
We would also introduce more natural foods rather than just milk, solid foods or fruits, vegetables, meats, whatever they would eat in the wild.
All the time being very quiet so that they never get used to human sounds and voices.
And eventually, once they're getting too big for us to put in the cage, we'd have to build an enclosure outside and then have them outside farther away from human contact and just leave them there for most of the day.
In about 5 or 6 months, the baby coyotes will be released back into the wild, which of course is where wild animals belong. But when they need a little help to get there, the Wildlife Haven is the organization to call and has been for the past 30 years. For Go Winnipeg, I'm Kim Kasher.